Hello everyone, how are you? कैसे हैं आप लोग? This is Munish. You are watching Crime Tak English, and I hope everyone part of this Crime Tak family is keeping themselves safe in this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, we spoke about Sachin Vaze, his involvement in planting the explosive-laden vehicle outside residence of Mukesh Ambani on February 25, his alleged role in killing of vehicle owner Mansukh Hiren. We spoke about Paramveer Singh and his allegations of corruption and extortion against former Home Minister Anil Deshmukh and the CBI inquiry which was initiated against Anil Deshmukh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, in our last conversation, I had said one thing very specific, that the CBI is in full mood to register an FIR against Anil Deshmukh. At that point of time, many of you questioned that why will CBI tell me if they are going to register an FIR against Anil Deshmukh or not. But today I have a confirmation from the Central Bureau of Investigation, and I also have the copy of the CBI FIR in which Anil Deshmukh, the former Home Minister of Maharashtra, has been named as accused in the case. This is a very, very big development, and how this is going to affect the political scenario of Maharashtra. How is it going to affect the state politics? How is it going to affect the center politics amid this pandemic? And the biggest question, will CBI arrest Anil Deshmukh? So I thought we should speak about this case because remember, this is not only a criminal investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation, but also this is going to be a case, a probe, an investigation which will have a political color, and unfortunately and most probably CBI is going to be misused by the politicians. Now, before I tell you about today's development, let me tell you one thing very honestly. I, as a crime reporter, I, as a journalist, I never like political intervention in any criminal investigation. I always believe that if there is any political intervention, if there is any political influence on any investigative agency, be it CBI, ED, Income Tax, NIA, or for that matter, even on state police, the investigation is never fair. It is unfortunate. And in this case, what I am witnessing from start, that there is a political intervention. How? I will connect dot by dot. So, just to give a brief background, what this case is all about. Initially, the case started with a vehicle which was found outside residence of Mukesh Ambani. Now, the vehicle was found on February 25th. There was explosives inside the vehicle, and Mumbai police was tasked to carry on the investigation. The case was given to Sachin Vaze, and later on, it was found that this vehicle, which was found outside residence of Mukesh Ambani, belongs to a person called Mansukh Hiren. Mansukh Hiren was called by Sachin Vaze for investigation, and later on March 4, Mansukh Hiren was killed. His body was found next day at Thane Creek. Now, later on there were allegations by Devendra Fadnavis. Devendra Fadnavis alleged that there is a possible involvement of Sachin Vaze in the case, and this case should be handed over to a central agency, NIA, National Investigative Agency. The case was handed over to NIA. NIA started investigating the case, and soon they arrested Sachin Vaze. Now, NIA, during its investigation, they alleged that the vehicle was parked by Sachin Vaze on February 25th, and Mansukh Hiren was killed on the intervening night of March 4 and 5th by Sachin Vaze. So he was arrested. Now, after his arrest, Paramveer Singh was removed from the post of Mumbai Police Commissioner by then Home Minister of Maharashtra Anil Deshmukh. And Anil Deshmukh said that Paramveer Singh, as a Mumbai Police Commissioner, failed to stop this. Sachin was reporting to Paramveer Singh, but Paramveer Singh failed to stop Sachin Vaze, and he was carrying these illegal activities under the nose of Paramveer Singh. After his removal, Paramveer Singh wrote a letter to the Maharashtra government and CM Uddhav Thackeray. And in his letter to the Chief Minister, he said that Sachin Vaze was called by Anil Deshmukh in the month of January year 2021. And during the meeting, Anil Deshmukh asked Sachin Vaze to collect rupees 100 crore per month. How 100 crore per month? According to Paramveer Singh, Sachin Vaze was asked by Anil Deshmukh to collect 3 to 3.5 lakh from the bars of Mumbai, 1750 bars of Mumbai. So roughly the collection would have been 50 to 60 crore. Another 40 to 50 crore was asked by, according to Paramveer Singh, to collect through illegal means. And the monthly target of extortion was given by Anil Deshmukh to Sachin Vaze was rupees 100 crore per month. This was the letter sent to Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray after Paramveer Singh was removed from the post of Mumbai Police Commissioner. Devendra Fadnavis, he made political statements. He said that there should be a CBI inquiry. There was a petition filed before the Bombay High Court, and Bombay High Court said that there should be a preliminary inquiry by the Central Bureau of Investigation. So a preliminary inquiry was conducted by the CBI. The recorded statement of Paramveer Singh and Sachin Vaze, they again confirmed that yes, Anil Deshmukh had asked to collect rupees 100 crore per month, and during this inquiry, Anil Deshmukh, his two personal assistants' statements, apart from the statements of two other police officers of Mumbai Police, these statements were recorded, and based on these statements, now an FIR has been lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation. So you can see the dots, right? It started on February 25 when this vehicle was found outside Mukesh Ambani's residence, and how the dot connected from Sachin Vaze to Paramveer Singh, Paramveer Singh to Uddhav Thackeray to Anil Deshmukh, and then Bombay High Court, CBI. So the dot is very clear. And this FIR has been lodged. I have the copy of FIR for better understanding. So, my friends, there are two important facts in this FIR. First of all, this FIR, and this is very important. This is in black and white. This FIR is an official document. And in this document, the suspected offense, according to the Central Bureau of Investigation against Anil Deshmukh, is attempt to obtain undue advantage for improper and dishonest performance of the public duty. So it says attempt to obtain. Now it is very clear that there was an attempt, according to CBI, by Anil Deshmukh to use his official position, misuse his official position, to be very precise. But why CBI is saying attempt? Because CBI at this point of time has no evidence that whether any money was collected by Sachin Vaze and given to Anil Deshmukh. So here comes the first hurdle for the Central Bureau of Investigation, that how will they prove that any money was given to Anil Deshmukh by Sachin Vaze or not? Because Sachin Vaze in his letter also said that he was asked by Anil Deshmukh to collect rupees 100 crore per month, but he in that meeting only said that I cannot collect any money from any person in Mumbai. I am an honest officer. This is what Sachin was said. So here there will be a challenge by the Central Bureau of Investigation to prove that any money was transferred or not. Because remember, proving this that Sachin was asked by Anil Deshmukh in a closed room to extort rupees 100 crore per month. This proving this part is going to be very difficult for the Central Bureau of Investigation. I am very sorry to say, but as a crime reporter, I have seen many cases, and my friends, you must have seen the cases like 2G, Commonwealth Game. There were so much of evidence, but there was acquittal in these cases. And here we are talking about, you know, a verbal allegation, and to prove this it is going to be very challenging. And if at all this case ever comes for trial before the court, my prediction is nothing is going to, there will be no evidence against Anil Deshmukh to prove that he was involved in extorting money, because there was no transfer of money. Now, apart from that, we'll come to that part later. According to FIR, the CBI says the preliminary inquiry prima facie revealed that a cognizable offence is made out in the matter, wherein the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, and unknown others have attempted to obtain undue advantage for improper and dishonest performance for their public duty. Now, remember I just said how it is connected to Sachin Vaze. Here it is, part of FIR. Inquiry has also revealed that Sachin Vaze, Assistant Police Inspector, Mumbai Police, had been reinstated into the police force after being out of the police service for more than 15 years. The inquiry further revealed that Sachin Vaze was entrusted with most of the sensational and important cases of Mumbai City Police, and the then Home Minister was in knowledge of the said fact. So, along with Anil Deshmukh, Sachin Vaze is also in suit, because CBI in its FIR claims that the sensitive cases were being given to Sachin Vaze, and Anil Deshmukh was aware of it. And if this part will be proved by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the person who will come, under scanner is Paramveer Singh, because Paramveer Singh was boss of Sachin Vaze. Sachin Vaze had a direct line with Paramveer Singh. So the question will be, the $1 million question will be, if Anil Deshmukh was aware of what Sachin Vaze was doing, Paramveer Singh was aware of this or not? And if he was aware, then why didn't he stop him? Why there was no action against him? And if he was not aware, then as a boss, as a Mumbai Police Commissioner, he failed. Now, this is the part of criminal investigation, whether there is any criminality involved or not. This will come to know only after further investigation by the CBI. CBI has also carried out searches at multiple places, in Mumbai and Nagpur. And Anil Deshmukh was also present at his Nagpur residence when the CBI was conducting searches this morning and afternoon, and also they were present in the evening. Apart from these developments, the most important fact is how is it going to affect the political scenario of Maharashtra. So my friends, do remember, this is a case which is politically influenced. Now, this is a case where the Central Bureau of Investigation might and possibly it will be misused by certain politicians to defame the Maharashtra government. How? First of all, there is an FIR against Anil Deshmukh, a former Home Minister. It's a big thing. There are rare cases where a Home Minister of a state, a serving Home Minister of a state had to resign, and then an FIR is lodged against that person. So it is very rare. Now apart from that, now this FIR has been lodged. Apart from Anil Deshmukh, unknown others have been named as an accused. Unknown others, it means that there are other ministers and government officials of Maharashtra government who will be under scanner of CBI. So once CBI start investigating, there might be a possibility where the big politicians of Maharashtra who are part of this government, they will also be questioned by the CBI. Anil Deshmukh will again be questioned by the CBI. So end of the day, the Maharashtra government and its ministers, they will be defamed. And based on these developments, in the light of these developments, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the state BJP in Maharashtra, led by Devendra Fadnavis, they will try to target the Maharashtra government. They will try to tarnish the image of Maharashtra government. And I think as a politician, they have all the rights to do that. But, in doing that, they will have an intention of forming their own government in the state. And this can happen if they start defaming the Maharashtra government. And this is the first step to defame the Maharashtra government. I don't know to what length the BJP will be going, because we also have to remember that there is a pandemic and Maharashtra is one of the worst affected states of this country. Still they are struggling on daily basis, Mumbai and other parts of Maharashtra. So I as a journalist believe that the first priority of these politicians should be the pandemic, and the second priority should be, if at all there is a person involved in any criminal any criminal act, then there should be enough pressure on the agencies to carry out fair investigation. There should not be influence, there should not be an intervention. That is what I believe as a journalist. I want you guys to think about it, and do let me know in the comment box that what do you think about this case, how this is going to affect the political scenario of the case, what is your opinion of about this case. And apart from that, my friends, once again I'll request all of you guys, in this pandemic, every day we are reading reports. I as a reporter is reporting on how severely the country is affected. Delhi NCR, there are people dying due to lack of oxygen. People are not getting admitted in hospital. ICU is not available. Oxygen beds are not available. This is the worst condition the country has ever witnessed. The government has failed. The system has failed. So from the bottom of my heart, my friends, I want all of you to stay home, stay indoor, stay inside your home. Do not go out until and unless it is very important. Stay home and make sure that if you are going out for any urgent work or for any emergency, make sure that you are wearing double mask, you are sanitizing your hands, and there is a social distancing which is maintained whenever you are meeting any people. But my humble request is to stay inside, because remember, if any person is getting infected with this virus, this government, the hospitals, and this system, they are not very effective. And so it is in our hand, our safety is in our hand. So please stay home. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much.